We all focus, let's concentrate, let's unite. Let's think about what unites us, the point in the heart. That's what we need to unite. And then every one of us and all the groups, everyone in the group will have a lot more strength. Most importantly, the strength will be aimed at the connection with the friends. And then it will evoke the upper light, which will be revealed in this connection. We need to feel that in this connection between us, the upper light is revealed. We need to realize a special quality of our ego as a means hope of attaining the light, the Creator. Therefore, the right way to work with it, it's the guarantee of our success if we work with it correctly. It is created in us deliberately so that we can use it to recognize what is the Creator, what is the quality of love and bestowal which fills the entire universe, which surrounds us, passes through us, permeates us. We need to be thankful even to this ego in this. Let's discuss how it is helpful, how we can relate to it rationally, so that it could help us come to equivalence with the Creator. And what ego do we need to use? How we can use it to this end?
Давайте еще раз напомним друг другу наше задание.
Let's remind us of the task at hand. We need to be grateful to our ego that it aspires us to the Creator. And now we need to clarify how our ego gives us this help, how it renders it to us. And what kind of ego are we talking about? What type of ego? Over the course of our discussion, let's always keep our unity in thoughts. Let's take turns speaking. A friend begins to speak when he feels that he has the need to say something. And in the end, give a sign that you've stopped speaking when you do stop speaking. Ruslan, I also want to remind us that we exist in the best possible conditions for creating a Kli. We have a powerful support from the women in the entire world Kli. Go ahead.
I think that we have to invade that ego. Think about because we have to grow.
Я думаю, что мы должны использовать эго, чтобы расти.
We have to give.
Мы должны дать.
For all humanity.
Всему человечеству.
That light we have to bring to them.
Этот свет мы должны им принести.
And then we have to try to get grow in that ego to give to them, because if we keep it smaller,
мы должны расти эго, потому что дать это ним, потому что если эго будет маленький,
we can do nothing.
У нас ничего не получится.
Well, I think the maximum level of the ego is when people
максимальный уровень эгоизма это тогда, когда люди
wanted to give something to the other.
Хотят дать что-то другим.
Okay, we can use this.
Мы можем это использовать.
We have a lot of ego. A mountain of ego.
У нас много эгоизма, у нас горы эгоизма.
Very good. Use this mountain of ego to do bad, to do good, to help the people.
Давайте будем использовать эти горы эгоизма, чтобы сделать чего-то хорошего.
And also in a way, like spreading the integral education in a way that I cannot receive nothing for myself.
И будем распространять интегральное воспитание так, чтобы я для себя ничего бы не получил.
I receive all information, all strength, all light from the group and from the Rav.
Я получаю все силы, всю информацию, всю мощь от группы и от Рава.
But I am so egoist.
Но я такой эгоист,
And so I want to give this to the people.
потому я хочу дать это людям.
And this is a way to help.
И это образ помочь.
At the same time, I ask the group
И одновременно я прошу у группы
to pay attention to me.
На меня внимательно смотреть, следить за меня.
Not to be individualist in this. Only this.
Чтобы я не был индивидуалистом в этом.
Only this.
Я хочу только этого.
Thank you.
Спасибо.
Я бы хотел, чтобы мы вспомнили задание, которое прозвучало.
I would like us to remember the task that we heard.
Given in the beginning.
Я вот это вопрос, кто как
It's a
услышал
question to
задание.
everyone. The way everybody heard the question.
I heard the question that it is about different kinds of ego.
Я услышал вопрос этот так, что это разные эго.
There is our corporeal ego.
Это наше соединенное такое эго.
And there is a spiritual ego that exists between the points in the hearts.
Это материальное и духовное эго, как бы есть материальное, есть эго между точками в сердце.
And actually, when I give to someone in the group,
Когда я
do actions in the group,
когда я даю кому-то в группе, когда я делаю какие-то действия в группе,
it is not heavy.
это не трудно.
What is heavy is, and where I feel the ego revealed between points in the hearts.
И что по-настоящему трудно, где я чувствую эгоизм между точками в сердцах.
Is when I need to open my heart to the friends.
Когда мне надо, это тогда, когда мне надо открыть свое сердце друзьям, товарищам.
When I need to receive inspiration from my friends, receive love from the friend.
Когда мне нужно, когда я должен получать впечатление от товарищей, когда мне нужно получать любовь от них.
This is, I think, where the ego is revealed the most.
Это там, где...
Even though the ego appears to be a disturbance, an obstacle placed to us by the Creator, from the Creator's standpoint, there is no difference in anything. There is only the one existing upper light. There is no good or evil. There is one absolute quality of love and bestowal. If we focus on the fact that everything is in His governance, in His will, there's nothing else beside Him, and this is a good governance, this good light permeates everything, what are the changes that we need to make within to become equivalent to this quality? What do we do then with our ego? Go ahead.
Эгоизм —
Egoism.
это энергия,
It's an energy.
это сила, которая
It's a power
позволяет нам жить.
that allows us to live.
Если я
If
использую эту энергию
I use this energy
для себя,
for myself,
я обрекаю тем самым себя и весь мир на страдания.
I tend to make world suffering.
Не надо, сохранив эту энергию сделать самому переворот внутри себя
And I need keeping this energy to make
относительно намерения,
turning over the kind of revolution inside of me.
с каким намерением я использую эту энергию.
With what intention I use this energy.
И если я начинаю ее использовать
And if I start using this
с целью наполнить других,
with the purpose to fill others,
я создаю общее наполнение бесконечное
I
для
create
всех.
the full, complete.
В этой схеме я должен исключить мысли о своем наслаждении.
And filling others, this is my joy as well.
Еще раз напомню задание,
Once again,
которое
remind
вот
the
сейчас
task
Раф нам дал.
that Raf
Если
gives
все
us.
вокруг заливает единый свет,
If the light
то что я тогда делаю
covers everything,
со своим эгоизмом
what should we do with our
для того,
egoism
чтобы
in order
уподобиться свету,
to
слиться
be
с
in
ним,
equivalence with form with the light,
соединиться со светом?
to be united with the light?
I can work on the importance
Я могу работать на важности
of giving.
или отдаче,
Because the light is giving.
потому что свет — это отдача, это любовь.
But all the life I learn from my environment, from parents, from media.
Но то, что я выучил внешнее окружение из своих родителей или медии,
To receive for myself.
я
It is important.
я выучил, что важно получать для себя только лишь.
Now, with the help of the group,
И сейчас с помощью
I
группы
need to learn that giving is the most important thing.
я должен выучить, что отдача — это самое главное.
And in the action
И в действии,
to giving,
в отдаче,
I feel that this gives me pleasure,
я чувствую, что это дает мне наслаждение,
give benefit to the others and to me.
и дать благо себе и другим и себе.
So my idea is grown up the importance of the goal, the importance of the giving.
И самая главная идея вот для меня — это просто увеличивать важность отдачи.
Like yesterday, some friends said, in social life,
Как вчера сказали
we
друзья,
can give the prize to the people that give.
даже в социальной жизни мы можем просто дать какие-то призы для людей, которые стремятся к отдаче.
Give honor to the people that give to the society.
Дать уважение и почет людей, которые к этому стремятся.
All ideas that grow the importance of the goal.
И просто за все идеи, которые растит важность отдачи.
Why is it that seeing oneself as an absolute sinner, wicked, corrupt, absolutely opposite of the Creator,
Ощущать себя
soul
полностью
to
противоположным
feel
этому.
oneself opposite to this? Why is this beneficial for advancement? Go ahead.
Хафрим, мы попытаемся максимально держаться от задания, которое звучит каждый раз.
However, we're trying to be
в этом
maximize focus
направлении.
on particular task we've been given right now.
Давайте вспомним, как оно прозвучало.
Let's remind ourselves.
Значит, почему ощущать себя грешником, то есть полностью противоположным свету, отдачи,
Why it is
полезно
feeling
для продвижения?
totally opposite to the light is very useful for our advancement.
We learned there's none else besides him,
И мы учим, что нет никого, кроме него,
meaning also the ego comes from him,
и значит, что эгоизм тоже приходит от него.
and he is good and does good,
И все это благо, хорошее.
meaning also the ego is to our benefit.
И значит, что эгоизм — это тоже наше преимущество.
And the benefit is, on the one hand, we have the point in the heart that draws us closer to the light,
И у нас большое преимущество, что у нас есть точки в сердца, которые приближают нас к свету,
and to keep up our opportunity of free choice,
и оставляет нам возможность свободы выбора.
we get these obstacles of the ego to make this free choice to choose love of friends instead of the ego, above the ego.
И это нам дает свободу воли выбрать любовь к товарищам, а не выбирать эгоизм.
And the second beneficial thing about it is,
И второе преимущество, которое у нас от этого есть,
it prevents me from becoming prideful,
это сохраняет меня от гордости,
because it's not in my capability to raise above my ego,
потому что это не в моих силах подняться сверх эгоизма.
I need to turn to the Creator
Я должен обратиться к Творцу
and ask for help,
и просить о помощи,
ask for the light of the Torah to correct my ego.
и просить света, чтобы исправил мой эгоизм.
And so I can connect and unite with him.
И я тогда, у меня есть возможность соединиться с Ним.
Из того, что я слышал на уроке, когда мы рисовали схему, Рав рисовал схему,
From what I've heard in the lesson today, this morning, the Rav made a drawing.
Что Творец Он есть, но где-то абстрактно есть миллион направлений.
That creator exists somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is.
Но единственная верная точка,
There are so many directions, but the very point which we're sure about,
то есть от противного,
is opposite.
В человеке есть много разных свойств.
There are a lot of different qualities in a person, good and bad. And what are the qualities that make him opposite to the Creator? Of all the qualities that he has, which are precisely the qualities within a person that are opposite to the Creator? He has a lot of qualities. Which ones specifically? And with these qualities, we need to work. What are these qualities? Go ahead.
Caring about myself.
Самое главное, наверное.
That's basic, the key.
Pride.
Гордыня.
The feeling that all the thoughts, emotions, desires
Чувство, что все эмоции и желания
are mine, are not coming from him.
Они мои, они не исходят от него.
In this way, I don't make place for the Creator.
Таким образом, я не освобождаю место для Творца. If I may, we know that Creator is everywhere.
Мы знаем, что Творец везде.
And sometimes he behaves like hitting us, give us blows.
И Он поступает с нами как бы плохо, дает нам всякие плохие вещи, страдания.
But this is because we don't understand.
Но нам это кажется, потому что мы не понимаем.
That's why I don't pay attention to the physical actions.
Мы просто обращаем на физические проявления, какие внимание главное.
And we need to pay attention to the intention.
А нам надо направить свое внимание на намерение этих действий.
Like a mother who is probably, beating his child for the misbehavior.
Как мать, которая наказывает своего ребенка за плохие поступки.
But this is for the good, we know.
Но это все водит к добру.
And this is the only thing which separates us from the Creator, His intention.
И это то, что в основном разделяет нас от Творца. В намерении.
Мы говорим о эго, которое мы
about
можем раскрыть только если
about the ego, which we can reveal if
начинаем работать над объединением между нами.
If we start working on the unity between us.
И я вот чувствую, что первое, чем я сталкиваюсь, это пренебрежение товарищами.
And the first thing which I feel in this work is when I disregard the friends.
Ну, то есть я вижу одних там важными для меня, а других нет.
So I see some friends important for me and some are not.
И вообще мне даже сложно оценить их.
And it's
важность и ценность для меня.
Difficult for me to assess the importance of a goal.
Хотя я должен относиться, как Раф вот сейчас сказал на уроке, ко всем товарищам, как к Творцу.
Although I have to make an attitude to every single friend as to the Creator.
The light has created a desire. This desire is split into 4 degrees in terms of its intensity, its power. Still, vegetative, animate, human. Why is it that by correcting the human desire, we achieve perfection, even without correcting the other 3 preceding desires of the still, vegetative, and animate levels? Why is it that by correcting within the degree of man, Adam, we correct all of our desires?
Потому что человек — это как бы центр Вселенной, центр всех сил.
Because a level of man is a center of universe, is a center of the energy power.
Потому что именно в нем включаются все остальные уровни: неживое, растительное, животное,
animal, inanimate, and vegetative.
И именно от его выборах зависит судьба всех остальных уровней.
And because of his choice, the anything else depends on.
И потому, если мы исправим уровень человек в человеке,
and therefore, if we correct the level of man in a man,
мы исправим все.
We will correct everything.
Я бы добавил еще, потому что это желание по силе и мощи является определяющим.
This desire, the power of the desire is a critical one.
И именно оно выстраивает все остальное.
And this is very basic because based on that everything else is built up on.
Why is only the light that can correct me?
Почему есть так, что только свет может меня исправить?
The reforming light can correct me.
Только исправляющий свет может исправить желание.
And I can reach the light only in the spiritual desire, in the level of human, of Adam.
И я могу достичь этот свет, притянуть его только в своих желаниях. И это человеческий уровень.
If I work with the inanimate vegetative level,
если я работаю с растительным животным уровнем,
ego that work on my ego is impossible to do something to change.
Это, в принципе, эго работает над эго, это невозможно ничего изменить тогда.
I needed to attract the reforming light.
Мне нужен высший свет.
If I correct the level of the human,
если я исправлю уровень человек,
that's the level of the intention.
Это уровень намерения.
Meaning I change from in order to receive.
Это значит изменение от желания получать, намерения получать,
in order to give.
На намерение отдавать.
Meaning giving pleasure to the Creator.
Это значит отдать наслаждение к Творцу.
And if I transform this intention,
и если я перетрансформирую эти намерения,
I can use all the lower desires in order to give him pleasure.
Я смогу использовать все желания, которые находятся ниже этого уровня, для того, чтобы насладить его.
So this is the most critical thing, that we change our intention in everything that we do.
Это самая критическая вещь, которую мы изменяем в общем.
Not for myself, not for my pleasure, but for his.
Просто изменяем, что не ради себя, не ради своего наслаждения, а все ради него, ради Творца.
Вопрос был,
the question was,
свет создал желание,
the light created a desire,
которое делится на 4 стадии.
Which split into 4
Почему
stages,
именно исправление уровень человека
and why the correction of the level of man,
мы достигаем совершенства, исправления всех желаний.
Reach the perfection of the correction of the desire.
It is like the seal and the print.
Это как печатание и отпечаток.
In the deepest level of desire, that is human level.
И самый глубокий уровень это человеческий уровень.
We find this print of the seal.
Мы находим этот отпечаток.
The seal is light, and the print of this seal is the desire, the human level of desire.
Печать это свет, отпечаток это человеческие желания, желания человека.
And precisely on that point,
и в точности в этой точке,
there is the meeting point between the light and the desire.
Это точка соприкосновения между светом и желанием.
And they seem like connected.
И они выглядят, как бы они были связаны.
and there actually we can reach the light only in this deepest level of desire, which is human level.
И только в этом самом глубоком уровне, который называется человек, мы можем достичь свет.
Хаверим, я только хочу добавить, что
just would like to add
сейчас мы находимся в таком состоянии, как переходник.
We're in a state like in a transferring.
Творец нам дал такие возможности.
That Creator gave us a possibility.
И вот ощущать себя переходником, для чего мы вот собрались, для чего мы это все делаем.
Why we're sitting here gathering and why we're doing it here.
To return to the question.
Возвращаясь к вопросу, сегодняшнему вопросу,
to change something,
чтобы что-то изменить,
to change something, I need to go in the root.
Чтобы что-то изменить, я должен идти к корням.
If I want to grow up a tree,
если я хочу вырасти дерево,
I need to put water.
Я должен лить воду.
Sun.
Мне нужен свет солнца.
Everything, but I need to start from the root to grow up.
Мне нужно много вещей, но я должен начать от корней.
And the human level, spiritual level, Adam level is the root.
И человеческий уровень, который называется Адам, это корень.
And now humanity is trying to realize this step.
И сейчас человечество пытается просто понять этот шаг.
And we have to help this passage.
И мы должны в этом ней помочь.
Because we are aware of this.
Потому что мы уже в пути к этому.
We are aware that the crisis.
Мы уже в пути.
We are aware that the crisis, world crisis. Aware.
Мы знаем. Что мы уже в кризисе, и вот этот кризис.
We can have opportunity.
Everything that happens, absolutely everything, pushes us to draw nearer to the Creator. Draw nearer to the Creator, drawing closer to Him means drawing closer to the quality of love and bestowal, the revelation of this quality within. This happens when a person begins to feel the good in the fact that a greater degree of the quality of love and bestowal is growing, appearing with him. He actualizes in the group, he checks it, verifies it with respect to his friends. And on the contrary, when he feels repulsion and distancing from the friends, he realizes that this is an indicator of his attitude, his connection to the Creator. Therefore, he characterizes himself as either a sinner or a righteous in accordance with his approximation or distancing, drawing closer or distancing from this quality. The person understands that there is no randomness, there is no destiny or fate. There is only absolute governance of the light over all the creations that it has created. And there are no intermediary phases, either towards the Creator or against, opposite, in the other direction from the Creator. How can I place myself every minute to put myself in a state where I clearly actualize every moment that I am given in my path towards the goal. Go ahead.
The question was.
Все происходящее.
I would like to ask you to think less with your heads and more with your feelings, and then you'll succeed.
Все происходящее подталкивает нас к сближению с Творцом.
All this happening around is just makes.
Все состояния, которые мы проходим в группе,
make us closer to the Creator, and all
это индикация связи с Творцом, приближение, отдаление.
And all the states we have in the group is an indicator of how close we are to the Creator.
Как я могу поставить себя в состояние,
how can I put myself in a state,
когда я реализую
when I realize every moment
эффективно для продвижения,
effectively for my advancement?
Я должен выработать в себе привычку постоянно находиться в анализе.
A habit to be always in analysis.
Что мной сейчас движет? Желание насладить себя?
What is moving myself?
Желание насладить товарищей.
Desire to. This is asking for the self.
In the group work, in the work of the group,
работа в группе, работа с группой,
every moment, every second,
каждое мгновение, каждую секунду,
I have the opportunity to put myself in a way or in another way.
У меня каждую секунду есть возможность себя направить на правильный путь или свернуть с пути.
Only if I follow the idea of the group, the flow of the group, I can.
Если я просто направляю себя на идею группы, я стремлюсь к ней, я могу только таким образом остаться в правильном направлении. Только таким образом я могу себя направить на правильную цель.
Also, many times I can think that the group is not correct. But only in this way, when I follow the group, I can stay in the right direction.
Только таким образом, много раз я думаю о том, что группа не права и она неправильно что-то делает, но только таким образом, что я как бы отменяю себя перед ней и направляю себя, включаюсь в ней, я могу продвигаться правильно.
Yes, in my deep, I feel this.
И это я очень глубоко это чувствую.
Thank you.
Спасибо.
Я бы добавил,
I would like to add,
что ставить себя тем, что
put
ты
myself,
направляешь себя и свои мысли
that I direct myself
к
in my
товарищу,
thoughts
к объединению.
to the friend, to the unity.
И суть в том, что
And the
ты
point is
направляешься к этому объединению, чтобы
that you direct yourself to
возникло
the unity
минимальное ощущение вот света,
in order
света
to feel the
объединения,
minimal level of the light of the unity,
которым
in which
и именно вот эта точка
this very point,
минимального сближения,
the
в ней,
minimal of
именно
connecting,
вот эта точка, в которой как бы ты ставишь себя, и именно она продвигает тебя,
the
свет
points which are in the unity
объединения,
advances
когда
you.
ты направляешь себя.
Если мы не находим правильного ответа,
if we don't find the right answer, that means we're not united to a sufficient degree among us. The right answer is in the light. Therefore, let's try to put forth more effort to unite, and then you will see that more correct, more succinct answers will reveal between you. Add unity
Let's think a minute
to what you're
about
doing.
it.
Нам очень важно слушать
It is important for us to
каждого
listen
товарища.
every friend.
И пока он говорит, нет ничего больше другого. Связывать, соединяться.
And while he's talking, it's a very important moment
Не гнать,
because
не
we need
спешить
to
никуда.
connect it with a friend. Don't be in a rush. Can I? It's a feeling when I put my efforts and exerts.
Такое чувство, когда я прикладываю свои усилия.
This is for the advancement of my friend.
И это насчет моих друзей.
And this is mutual guarantee arvut.
И это просто есть гарантия арвут, поручительство.
And without this arvut and mutual guarantee, we cannot advance.
И без этого арвута, без поручительства мы просто не можем продолжать.
Because by way of arvut,
потому что с помощью арвута
we're in equivalence of form with the Creator.
Мы находимся в подобии свойств с Творцом.
Like a light cannot exist without a desire.
В процессе своего правильного
in the process of my correct work in the group, as a result, a person feels a greater sense that he is a sinner, an egoist, and his hatred towards others, with everyone, with all the desires and thoughts that he has, all his schemes, he reveals these things within, to the point that he begins to scream to the Creator for the Creator to correct him. He begins to realize that only the Creator is capable of correcting him, because he feels that all of this comes from the Creator. No other source, not even his own nature. He reveals the Creator in his opposite form, as the Creator of something evil, but at the same time, he reveals that the Creator has created deliberately this evil within him, in order to compel the person to appeal to the Creator, and then the Creator corrects him. Why did he need to take this path to create evil, so that a person would gradually reveal it within and appeal to the Creator for correction? Go ahead. Don't try to be smart.
Еще раз напоминаю
I would
задание.
like to remind
Зачем необходимо было идти таким путем к Творцу,
there is such a way which
создавать противоположные
made for
ему
us
свойства,
to make it two opposite qualities,
чтобы потом его исправлять, чтобы человек был вынужден обратиться
So
к
a
Творцу
man
за
has to
исправлением,
go back
с просьбой об
to
исправлении.
request.
В чувствах, а не в разуме.
The answer is in your feelings, not in your minds. The mind only formulates the feelings.
Это было сделано потому,
This was made
потому что у нас бы не осталось места для намерений ради себя.
because we wouldn't have a space for the intention for ourselves.
Потому что Творец — это сила,
Because Creator is a power
которая хочет насладить.
which would like us to enjoy.
Это закон.
It is a law.
И чтобы желание ощутило
And the desire is to feel it,
это благо и наслаждение,
to feel this joy and
которую хочет дать Творец,
which Creator wants to give.
Эта точка обязана подняться, расширяться.
This point needs to go up to expand itself.
И забыть про эти намерения.
And forget about these intentions.
И стать проводником этого света.
And to become a kind of a transformer for the light.
И доставить наслаждение Творцу.
And to bring joy and pleasure to the Creator.
И слиться в этом с Творцом.
And be in adhesion with the Creator.
Творец это сделал с той целью,
Creator made it for the purpose,
чтобы мы могли прийти к такому же состоянию, как Он,
in order for us to
совершенства.
come to the same stage and state like a perfection, like a Creator.
Мы способны прийти к этому состоянию только из противоположного.
We can come to this state only from the opposite.
Так как только пробуя горькое, мы знаем, что такое сладкое.
It is like in a sweet and
только из тьмы мы способны познать свет.
It's like in the dark and light we can recognize the light from the dark.
Поэтому только из самого низкого своего состояния,
that's why only from our lowest state,
из полной тьмы, из полного скрытия,
from the total concealment,
мы можем подняться
we can go up
и прийти к бесконечному свету,
and to
к
come
бесконечному
to the endless
наполнению.
light and fulfillment.
Sometimes we need a war to understand that we need to connect, to help each other.
Иногда нам нужна война, чтобы понять, что мы должны соединиться.
Same thing. Why we don't try to connect here, now?
Почему мы не пытаемся сейчас, здесь и сейчас объединиться?
At the same time, we needed to understand how worse, how bad is far from the Creator.
Нужно понимать, что наши войны, наши плохие вещи очень далеко от Творца.
And so try to come back to the Creator.
Мы должны стараться вернуться к Творцу.
чтобы произошла встреча с Творцом,
to meet with the Creator,
чтобы мы могли обнять Его,
to hug Him,
мы должны сначала оказаться в той точке, когда мы совершенно находимся вне Него,
we have to be in the point
вне Его
we're
свойств.
completely out of Him.
Если кто-то
If someone tells me, indicates a tiny flaw in me, I begin to hate this person to the extent that I feel that he strikes me, touches me. I immediately distance from this person. We instinctively run away from blame, accusations. What can help me to reach a state when I reveal all of my evil in full, and I'm happy that it's being revealed in me, and at the same time I feel it as a tremendous evil that must be cut away from me, removed from me, and I reach this maximum sensation of evil that forces me to scream to the Creator. What will help me to stay on this path and not run away from it, from this recognition of evil? Go ahead.
Я должен понять,
I have to understand
что это та помощь, которую дает мне Творец для работы.
that it is a help that is given by the Creator.
И чем жестче и сильнее я ощущаю
The more rough and tough it is,
зло, ненависть,
the evil and the hatred,
тем большую помощь
the more help
дает мне Творец.
Creator gives me.
Это палка, которую я должен целовать.
It's a kind of a stick which I need to kiss.
Невозможно даже подумать об этом, о том, чтобы
possible even to think about
как-то поработать с раскрывающимся эгоизмом, злом,
with a revealed evil
самому.
Myself.
Если рядом нет товарищей,
if there is no friend,
теми же вопросами, пытаются
the women are experiencing these questions with the men, together with the men, participating quietly within themselves in solving, in finding the solutions.
и одновременно как бы подталкивать мужчин к решению.
And at the same time to push the men towards finding these solutions.
Да, нет ни одного.
Есть вопросы, которые относятся к женщинам.
There are matters that pertain to the women. There are questions that pertain to them. There are ones that they cannot resolve, they cannot solve them because the answers are in the connection between people, and it can only be resolved, solved in the connection between men.
Нет у меня ни одного шанса.
I don't have any chance.
Даже подумать.
Even think.
Не то, что противостоять, работать с раскрывающимся злом.
I am not even talking about the confronting with the evil.
И только поддержка группы товарищей.
And it is only the help of a friend,
с которыми я вместе на пути.
With whom I am on the same way.
А иначе как я могу
Otherwise, how can I
свое сердце,
to open my heart,
когда я устроен как
when I am constructed as
сам по себе как животное, которое
as an animal,
стремится к наслаждениям,
like
где светит мне и
убегает
от малейшего
and run away from
удара.
From the blows.
Мы видим вот здесь между нами в процессе взаимодействия.
We see in our connection between us.
Вот соединившись,
when we are united,
мы можем помочь и помогаем друг другу раскрыть сердце.
We can help, and we are helping each other to open hearts,
давая уверенность,
giving assurance.
Вопросы или предложения.
And the final question or suggestion. We have done special work. We've tried to clarify how we come to sense the Creator. How do we thank Him for giving us this opportunity? Your suggestions. Go ahead.
Я бы предложил,
I would like to offer,
словами, не знаю, насколько получится,
if it is possible to express by words,
в мысли,
but in thoughts,
и выдать вот все, на что мы способны,
and give everything we can possibly can do.
Максимальное единство.
Maximum of unity.
В этой благодарности
in this thankfulness
происходит что-то невероятное.
That's happening something unusual, exciting.
Я думаю, что признак благодарности — это радость.
I think the sign of a thankfulness is a joy.
Пацаны, нет такой заповеди страдать.
Guys, there is no law like to suffer.
Давайте перестанем страдать.
Let's stop suffering.
И пойдем с радостью.
And let's just joy to meet with the Creator. L'chaim.
I think a way to be thankful is to pay more attention to Him.
Я думаю, что благодарность — это побольше внимания показывать к Творцу. Это значит
to give more importance to the source,
больше важности к источникам,
than to the pleasures and to the sufferings,
чем к наслаждениям и страданиям.
He is in a constant communication with us.
Он в постоянном связи с нами
and tries to advance us.
И пытается нас привлечь.
And all that's needed from our side.
И этого же самого требуется у нас.
We can't just seem to figure out how to thank Him, right?
полчаса времени. Значит,
We have another half an
просьба
hour.
подготовить веселый
We request that you would prepare a happy, joyous, merry soundtrack. Now for the next part of our seminar, the men will ask questions. Men will ask questions. Women are also preparing because traditionally now there will be questions from the women as well. Moderators with mics, please do it in the following way. The people on duty, you simply instead of running around the study hall, just stand by the circles of people.
Только кратко, пожалуйста, от каждой группы один человек и все.
Please, very briefly, from every group, one person from every group. That's it.
На самом деле, вот руководитель психологически.
In reality, our psychologist here, he can confirm that a training like this needs to take place at least 3 hours. 3 hours at a time. We simply don't have the time, but if we were to, once we made our schedule, we didn't want to cancel the schedule too much. If we were to do that for 3 hours, we'd see a much greater sense of immersion and a much better result. We'll do it again next week.
Ну, прошу. Ну, быстро.
Да, два вопроса. Один из раз.
Go ahead.
Первый.
2 questions, one from my feelings, another one from the mind. The first one, I feel very clearly right now that we can't focus on unification if the end goal isn't connected the entire world to it. You simply fall out of it. There is no clear result. We even lose the meaning for why we're doing this. Very good. Go ahead. Keep going. And second, I don't understand the function of the mind. I don't understand what to do. Do I cancel it? What do I do with it? The mind is only necessary to formulate the feelings correctly, the relationships, and to draw conclusions, and then you activate the feelings again. The mind is in between feelings, so it's feelings, mind, feelings, mind, feelings, mind. The mind formulates what I'm feeling, the conclusion that I need to draw, and then once again how I connect to the next batch of feelings, and so on. This is how the ascents and descents happen. The mind follows the feelings, and the process continues and repeats itself. We'll get accustomed to it. Next. Rav, we as men understand how to work, how to train on this training ground. You don't understand? We do understand. The question is, how do we do this at home, in our families, in order to bring them the light that we draw? No, there is no home, there are no families, everything is here. Rid yourself of all that pain, Rav says. I understand that you want to, if this is so good and so nice, to, bring it home and tell everyone about it. Don't forget about it. I'm being serious. Don't tell them anything. Keep it within the group, within the confines of the group. Rav, here in the group, we felt that we're surrounded by great hisaron, the women's hisaron specifically. We tried to feel it and how we could pass it. And the question is as follows. What determines the right prayer? Because words are empty. How can we come to the correct prayer? It's impossible to express in words. Kabbalists throughout history, throughout millennia, the Kabbalists didn't know how to express these things in words because everything is attained through practice, through experience. That's why there was never any sort of methods guide. We are creating him now because the masses, lots and lots of people are connecting to it, and somehow through the distances, through beyond the distances, beyond this direct communication, we need to learn how to do this. We'll need to learn. We'll see. We'll try to do it virtually between us every week, once a week. We need to make a special training also for women. We need to better reveal for them the method of their inner work, how they need to contribute and connect to the men in their spiritual work. I felt it here, but I also felt this that they don't know exactly how to do it. They don't have that skill. They're not sure how, and it's on my end. I didn't give them enough. I felt that. I'll correct that within me.
Раф, я хотел вернуться к вопросу о разуме и вот.
Rav, I wanted to come back to the question about the mind and your appeal to speak from the feelings, not from the mind. We know that the mind services the feelings. What is the difference between them? If after you've experienced all the feelings, you need to formulate them, you formulate them with your mind, you compile them, you differentiate them, and then you speak. Rav, please tell us the goal of our work here. It's clear. We open our hearts to one another, we come closer, and we unite. You're learning to understand what the group is. Up until now, we've only heard what a group is. Yes, probably this is what they're talking about, but here I hope that you're beginning to feel that the group contains very special qualities that you cannot clarify on your own individually. Precisely by listening to your friend, what he's telling me, and it doesn't matter what he's saying, he might not know anything, but in your words you're going to hear what you need to hear. He may be a brand new student in the group for a month or two. Yes, we felt that here. But the question is, there is another type of group work when you simply read the text and there is no commentary given. What is essentially the difference between when one method is applied and when the other method is applied that I just referenced? I simply just retold the text of the article to you. I wasn't saying it for me. There is an article. What's the name? I believe it's Shemati 34. The Prophet of Alliance should be. No, not 34. There it is. 24. Shemati 24. Out of the hand of the wicked. Shemati 24. I retold it a little bit differently. It was not the official text that we have here. Or Yuda. The question is, there was an instruction recently from you. We read that we simply read the text and no one comments on it at all. When is this method of work applied? How can we differentiate between the two? That's a very serious question, very serious question. It really is. How do you really even discuss something amongst yourselves. When you stand in a big circle and you speak and you discuss, you're also adding something from yourself about the greatness of the group, the greatness of the gathering, why you've come to the Congress, right? This is what you say. The important thing is to not speak of what remains in your heart, what's in your heart. And here's where I pose a question to you. What is the Creator doing, and so on and so on? Why is the group this way and that? These are things that they need to stem from understanding, but before understanding comes, you need to feel them. Otherwise, you're not going to arrive at the correct feeling. Therefore, it doesn't touch your own personal individual experiences. I don't know how to put it more clearly than this. You don't outpour the things that your heart is currently feeling to others. Let's say this. In our world, just as in our world, you don't want to give to another person your innermost, your deepest feelings, secrets, your own personal secrets. The same thing is here. The same applies here. We don't speak about my relationship with the Creator. That is my business, no one else's. Everything else doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Hello, hello, everybody. For the first time, we felt our group. In me, we asked something together.
Первый раз мы ощутили что-то в нас, что мы попросили что-то вместе, совместное.
And we, in me, have tried to connect.
Мы постарались объединиться.
How does it call this thing?
Как мы называем эти вещи?
Мы называем это все.
We call these things preparation to compel the upper light to act upon us and change us. This is our preparation. If we truly desire, it will instantly, there will be contact, instant contact, and it changes us. We need to come to this next, we need to come to I only desire this, I don't desire anything else. And that's when the light penetrates our ego and changes it from the inside. And in this inverse ego, we begin to feel the next level of the universe. Rob, I have a question about the organization, the sequence of our discussion. You lead us at every seminar a little bit differently. Today, we're following an article, and in another seminar, it seemed that you were leading us through a certain sequence of states. I remember at one point you wanted us to imagine how the Creator is manifesting himself through me and influencing others. In another state, we needed to appeal to him. It reminded me of something like Avaya. Could you tell us that in the workshops to come, will there be a sequence to these states, or give us kind of a talk about that? I don't know. I don't want to promise anything right now so much. It's obviously these workshops, if they're gonna have a certain system that they're gonna be run by, but we're not gonna be able to formulate it right now. We need to be a little bit above to be able to do that. We'll see. Rob, I have a practical question. Today you you said to us very pithily, don't be smart. And just then I wanted to say something from my mind, and I didn't. You helped me. If we're working without you, how is this process going to continue? Who's going to be there to tell me, don't be smart when I want to be smart? Well, this is why I'm still alive. Afterwards, you'll be the smart one yourself. What I meant was, if we're working in a group, don't be afraid of making a mistake. That is irrelevant. It is absolutely irrelevant. In a group, you may have people that are brand new, complete newbies, who are, the way they're speaking to themselves, they're babbling like little kids. It doesn't matter. They're still going to advance. They're still going to grow up as long as they're engaged in the right activity. The person doesn't need to have any knowledge coming into it. He doesn't need to have anything. He just simply needs to connect very simply, very naively, and whatever happens, happens. Yes, thank you. Women can ask questions as well. Please go ahead. We have time. Hello, Rav. My name is Arida from Moscow. I would want everyone to support me in regards to what you were saying just now, that you're close to us. I would like everybody to support me. We want you to be close to us for as long as possible. Rav says, honestly, let me tell you, that's irrelevant. That doesn't matter. But I'm telling you what's in my heart, what I really feel. I understand when someone is nice to you, it seems to you that you want them around for a while, longer than as long as possible. But I'm being serious when I say that you shouldn't think about these things. You shouldn't think about the fact, first of all, this world is the worst possible place. Just something to keep in mind. There is nothing worse than this. That's one. And two, if we're gonna talk about me, then if I can compare myself to the other teachers, then the teacher is with the students for as long as they need him. When they no longer need him, then there's other work to be done. So he's transferred to another place. So you should only think about how to actualize what our sources talk about. That's it. Whether you have a teacher or don't have a teacher, that doesn't depend on us. And the important thing is what we're doing today, what we're conducting today. If we have groups, and if we have women working closely with the groups, helping them, supporting them, aspiring to the center of the group of desires to reveal the Creator, then everything will work out, and you don't need any teacher. The Creator, the light, will teach you, and in reality, this is exactly what we're trying to capture here, the method of working with the light. More questions? I have a question. I didn't even ask it yet. Yes, go ahead. In Israel... Question. Go ahead. I befriended women from Latin America, and the motif of a lot of women when they come to Kabbalah, it's really it's very similar. They're lonely in the sense that they don't have a man close to them, and you've been speaking about it for a long time. That the first condition for a man coming to Kabbalah is the force of a woman that's pushing him. So is this condition analogous for the women coming to Kabbalah? Absolutely not. A woman is free from this. She doesn't need to marry, although she does have, or at least she used to have, this natural aspiration for marriage in the times past, in the centuries past. We don't really see it as much today. For a woman, it's virtually essential. I can't force anyone to do it. Today, we have the masses coming to us, and we try not to burden them with any conditions, although they really should understand that they will have to get married. I think that we need to organize a more effective service between all those who do want to bridge this gap of bachelorism. And I would like to see a lot more plates being broken at our congresses going forward. So please tell us, why does it happen that when you tell us a million times that the only thing we need to do is to work with the light, and as soon as you say it, it's like as though we're deaf, we forget it immediately. All the books say this. And the reason why you forget it is because the ego is completely against this. Our whole nature is against it. The only thing that can help is the environment. But for the environment to think about it, not to talk about it. The fact that I'm talking doesn't give us anything. If the environment is always in these thoughts, thinking about it, searching for it, you're not going to forget. Well, that's it? No more.
Hello. I would like to express a little bit of criticism in that I'm here for the third day, and sometimes I feel I have a question, I type it into the computer, in a few seconds the answer comes out. It's very, very very analytical way of spreading this sublime wisdom. It's a bit tiring sometimes. I need some emotions, some feelings, because there's so much of it. Can we just color this beautiful, beautiful, sublime, sharing this sublime wisdom, color with emotions and color with more feeling?
Здравствуйте. Я хотел бы немного критики с моей стороны. Я уже третий день на Конгрессе, и такое ощущение, что, допустим, когда возникает вопрос, я забиваю компьютер даже, но не хватает, такое ощущение, не хватает красок, чувств и эмоций. Не могли бы добавить что-либо в виде эмоций, красок?
Мы сейчас выпьем, и все будет.
We're gonna have a drink and everything will be okay.
Я извиняюсь, но это зависит от человека, от обстановки,
this depends on the person, on the circumstances, on the time that it takes to adapt. To be truthful, we are catastrophically short on time. We needed to conduct these seminars 3 times a day, 3 hours each, and to have tiny breaks between them. But these workshops, we would have at the same time we'd have work and lesson and questions and clarifications, because when you ask a question, the group works on them. It's always the group working. Otherwise, they're sitting there, they're listening, they're sleeping. It's empty. It's just a collection of information, as this lady just mentioned. It's fading away. It's vanishing immediately. But above the group, in this work, you have a virtual environment that's being built. It does not disappear. It does not go anywhere. So essentially, in all the lessons that we have, we need to do this. We need to have this environment. That's why the Kabbalists always studied in circles. We'll try to correct this. We're getting short on time now again, and so we are going to do the following. We're going to sing right now. We have kids who want to ask questions. So then our lunch is going to be delayed for 5 extra minutes.
Kids wanted to say the word.
Дети хотят сказать свое слово.
And
So we don't have a question, but we have an answer.
У нас нет вопроса, у нас есть ответ.
We thank to that creator who created that world.
Как мы можем отблагодарить Творца, который создал этот мир?
So how can we thank him so we can live together in peace and friendly because he don't ask any much and
как мы можем отблагодарить его, чтобы мы жили в добре и чтобы мы жили в понимании и чтобы не просили больше, чем нам нужно.
And he don't ask any gifts. And he just wanted to be in peace.
Он не просит никаких подарков, мы просто хотим быть в мире.
And why do we need to help him?
И почему мы должны помочь ему?
Because he created our world and he helped us, and without him we are not gonna be here.
Потому что он создал наш мир, и без него нас бы просто здесь не было.
That's it.
Это все.
So we have to stay united, and that's our answer.
Поэтому мы должны остаться просто в единстве, и это наш ответ.
So we have to be united.
Мы просто должны быть в единстве, объединенные.
Это действительно ответ на все вопросы.
That really is the answer to all our questions. We also need to add that the kids have been doing the same work that we were doing at the same time that the men were doing surrounded by women here.
Let your heart speak, let your heart listen, shoulder to shoulder.